Punching power matters. I mean, here I am punching pads, and you can see me generating power from my hip. This is more than just arm strength. I'm using my entire body, and it's starting from the ground, and it travels through my legs, rotates through my hips, and it transfers through my torso. And then finally, at the last minute, it reaches my hand. So the arm is simply like the last link in the chain. And as a lifelong martial artist, I've spent decades uh, studying and practicing how to generate force efficiently. And what I can tell you is it's not just the arm, you're using your whole body, and it's a skill. And that lesson applies far beyond punching. It applies to everyday life. When you stand up from a chair, you're generating force. When you climb stairs, you're generating force. And when you catch yourself, if you stumble, once again, you are generating force to keep yourself from tumbling and taking a bad fall. I mean, even when you're picking up your grandchild or you're carrying your groceries, you still have to generate force, and it's not just coming from the arms, which is how people injure their backs all the time. You have to see your body as a whole, and you can't separate your body into little segments. And in a way, bodybuilding, that's what they do. They're not working as a unit. They're strengthening and making each body part uh, bigger and stronger in itself. But when you see bodybuilders, nothing to take away from them, tremendous discipline and drive to do that. But if you take somebody like a wrestler or a martial artist or a boxer, you are using your whole body, and uh, this is perfect for where we're at in life. Because if you're in your 60s, your 70s, and beyond, you really need to see your body as a whole. And this is one of the capabilities that, as you get older, you lose. Because, if you weren't practicing powerful movements to begin with, you certainly aren't doing it now. And because of this, you become slower, you don't challenge your balance, you stop moving with intent. And over time, unfortunately, the body adapts to lower demands, just like the opposite. When you have demands placed on your body will rise to the occasion. And that's where punching can become a valuable training tool. And I'm not talking about fighting. I'm not expecting anybody in their 60s, 70s, and beyond that to get in the ring and duke it out. I mean, I've done all that, and I still do things in martial arts, but that's not what I'm trying to get across to you, and that's really not the point of this channel. Well, I'm not a self-defense channel. I'm not a fighting channel. I'm not talking about getting into a boxing ring. What I'm talking about is trying to teach you to move with speed and coordination and purpose. And I've said this before, and I'll say it probably many videos before I'm through, but we're learning how to be physically literate, how to use your body. And even shadowboxing can help train your reaction time, your balance, your coordination, your footwork, and of course, all important, the rotational power. Because when you think about people lifting weights or going to your Planet Fitness or your gym, people usually pick up a weight and push it overhead, or they sit down and they push, a bench press machine, and the arms are going forward. But very rarely do people move in what's called the transverse plane, or all those rotational movements. And that's where a lot of your power generation comes from. So when you throw a punch correctly, your entire body works together. Your feet drive into the ground, you rotate your hips using your stabilizers. So one of the biggest myths about aging is that getting slower is inevitable, and I don't believe that. Some physical changes obviously occur over time, but decline and aging are not the same thing. So You got to start challenging your nervous system. You've got to stop asking your body not to move, but the opposite. You got to ask your body to do things, to move quickly, to move in a coordinated fashion. So this is when you see me doing all these things, I'm just showing you what I do and how I generate power, but you can too. Always, as always, pay it forward. See you in the next video.